Hello,
Hello,
and welcome back to Respawning, where we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's Joe and Clarice here, and thanks to some of our good friends over at Hope and Glory, we've got our hands on the brand new Pokemon Sun and Moon, Luminous Frost, and Rocksteady decks, showing right here. Well, one of them at least.
Oh, sorry.
Got it in the end. So, yeah, as I said, our friends over at Hope and Glory have sent us these two beautiful looking decks and given us the arduous task of giving them a good review. So I'm going to be handling Rocksteady, and I think Clarice will be handling Luminous Frost. So why don't we just get right into it?
Alright, do you want to unbox your one first?
Sure. So I'm going to be going through Rocksteady, so let's crack into this.
Yeah, please don't rip the box, because you know I like to keep them.
I'm trying not to, but it's... Go on. Oh, well...
Well, there we go.
Yeah, sorry Shiraz. There's a guy at Hope and Glory. I think he's probably wincing in pain right now. Let's just get into it. So, you know, old-fashioned way, like how we used to when we were kids. There we are. So, here's the lovely guts and innards of this now horribly destroyed box. I'm so sorry, Shiraz. Let me just chuck that behind me. So, inside of here, you get the usual stuff. You get your nice paper playmat, which I think is adorned with lichen rock and a load of Ninetales. Hard to see, but
yeah, I think we might have to
got
leave that
Ninetales
out.
and lichen rock. Let's put that back.
I don't think we can keep that on there, can we?
That's fine, don't worry. So we've also got damage counters. You know, standard form, very nice. Unfortunately, it's not the new plasticky ones you find in Elite Trainer boxes, but you know, budget cuts. What can you do? You've got your manual. Got the deck. You've also got a lovely code. Oh, right there. So if someone would like to claim that, feel free to. Got a lovely lichen rock glitter coin, which is very, very shiny. If you can see that, very nice. That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really nice. And of course, the lichen rock promo, which has rock throw for 2 energy, 1 fighting, 1 normal. The autofocus actually work. There we go. 110 HP. A Stellar Rock for 2 fighting energy and 1 normal, and a 2 times weakness to grass. So let's get into the deck itself then, shall we? Just going to crack this open.
I'll put mine over here for now.
Yeah, let's go through the cards one by one then. So, you get your typical energy. You get about 14 fighting energy and 6 psychic. Let's put the energies to the side. So let's go through the cards one by one. We've got Rockruff here, which has Corner, 1 fighting energy. Defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. It's alright. Wild Kick, looking a bit unimpressive, unfortunately. Well, the art there looks really kind of cute.
But this is a basic card after all.
Exactly, so it's really something you'd want to start off your turns with at the start of the game and really get off immediately to try and get Lichen Rock. You've got Sulk as well, Quick Guard, looking very nice there. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. You can't use it next turn. That's quite good actually. If you're using that against a tank, maybe an EX or a GX, I'd imagine that'd be pretty damn good actually. You've got your trainers, you've got Hal, everyone knows what Hal does, draw 3 cards, another fighting energy. And here you have some of the psychic Pokemon as well. Unfortunately they've only got Esper and Meowstic, but you've got Perplexing Eyes there. Defending Pokemon's weakness is now psychic until the end of your next turn, which, I don't know, it depends if you've got a deck like setting up with Mewtwo or something, or maybe some other psychic Pokemon like Mew, or, I don't know, maybe Alakazam or something.
I don't really use psychic personally.
No, neither do I. Maybe Lunana GX can set up quite well with that. Wishful Baton, which is probably one of my favourite cards from this set. The Pokemon this card's attached to, the autofocus wants to go so you can read this. Come on. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, then all 3 energies that you can have on there goes to one of your bench Pokemon, which is very nice. And it's actually quite a good setup for one of the other cards in this set, actually. Meowstic as well. The only really good move, unfortunately, here is a Lure. So Hand Kinesis, depending on how big your hand is, could be quite good. Maybe up to an extra 70 damage. Rhyhorn. Very standard. You've got Lunger, Horn Drill, 20, 60. It's some high energy costs, but it's a bit dangerous to try and play this immediately and try and get it set up in time for it to evolve.
Yeah, especially since it's a basic and it requires 2 normal energy at start.
Exactly. So I think by the time you got that set up, it'll kind of be redundant.
Yeah.
Soul Rocket, I love the art on that card. That's lovely.
That's lovely.
It's really nice. You've got a double draw, draw 2 cards, and Solar Heat. So if there's any Stadium card in play, it does 40 damage instead of 20, which...
That's quite good, because in your deck you actually get a Stadium card, don't you?
I do, I think, actually, unlike yours. But to be honest, it's not the best basic in the world, but it's got enough HP to last you a couple of turns. Maybe you can switch it out into something different, maybe something a bit better. You've got Acerola, another trainer. You've got Rhydon. which has 3 for 80 and 4 for 120, which has a flip effect. If it's tails, it doesn't do anything, which is kind of pants. One of the shared cards between the sets, actually, the 2 decks, Bouffalont. But I think I'll leave Clarice to talk a bit more about Bouffalont. If you can see there, it's a bit phased because of the autofocus. We're still getting our setup sorted out, so it's a bit hit and miss roundabouts now. You've got Timer Ball as well. Here's the stadium that Chris is talking about, Brooklet Hill. So this kind of benefits both players, actually, with this deck. So once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for another basic Water-type Pokemon or a basic Fighting-type Pokemon. You then put it into your bench and shuffle your deck. So if you think about setting up, maybe you've got something like a Lucario, you've got a Rhyhorn, you need to evolve, then just, pull out Riolu or Rhydon, you're perfectly fine.
But that also works in my favour as well.
Exactly. So it can work both ways. Energy Retrieval, Howl, another energy, nothing you've really not seen before if you've got any of the other Sun and Moon decks currently. They're all commonly shared cards. You've got Riolu there. Very simple basic, kind of weak. But
it's actually quite good for a basic anyway, especially at 70.
That depends. Depends what you're doing with it really and what you're facing, but either way. Here's probably from my initial research my favourite card in this entire set, Lucario, with that brilliant artwork. I just need to focus that a bit more. Come on, autofocus. Don't die me now.
Put your hand under it, that might help.
Let's have a look. So, its ability stance. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, so the turn you play this, you may prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon until the end of your opponent's next turn. And 3 for 120 as well. So, once again, as I said, with Wishful Baton, if you have a Fighting-type Pokemon and you have 3 Fighting Energy, you just chuck it on that Lucario, and bam, you're instantly set up. We've gone through Lycanroc, gone for Rhyhorn, Energies, Rescue Stretcher. So you get 2 effects of this one. You can choose one. You can put a Pokemon from your discard pile onto your hand, or shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Not too bad, pretty good. Timer Ball, Solrock. I think that's all the unique cards actually in this deck. It's got Potion, Escape Rope, which allows you to switch your active Pokemon with 1 bench Pokemon. So that's for each player as well.
I think that's...
In fact, no. We've got one more. We've got Rhyperior here, which is a lovely, lovely tanky Pokemon. 160 HP, probably the highest in the deck. You've got an ability called Toppling Wind. So when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, which if you're trying to mulligan them, or if you're trying to, get an easy victory, maybe to, make them discard a GX or an EX, you know those on the top of the deck. Very nice. You've also got a 4 for 170 attack there, which isn't affected by weakness or resistance, which is a bit bizarre, considering if you're going to be facing something with weakness, you'd probably want that double damage, honestly. But after this, the Pokemon can't attack during your next turn, so it's very much a sort of one-hit KO sort of beast, essentially. So, I think that's probably it for...
But look what you've done to the cards.
I know, I've made a horrible mess. Shiraz would be absolutely disappointed with me. I daren't show the box on camera again, but...
Anyway, move over. My go. Okay, here it works. Because I'm going the neater way. I'm going to be using my knife to cut it open because I like keeping my boxes.
No, you've got to go savage. Get that childhood nostalgia and just ripping open boxes when you get them out of W.H. Smith or something.
Nah. I'm going to...
Oh, see? You're being too brutal with
Look
it.
at that, though. Much nicer.
Nah.
And here we have the gorgeous Ninetales that I think is probably so far my favourite promo card. Apart from Lunala, which I did like, and Primarina from the Sun and Moon deck.
Sorry, there we are. Autofocus keeps crapping out.
So, this is the gorgeous Ninetales card. As you can see, it's got a nice hollow effect on it. And Luminous Barrier is actually my favourite move so far, actually, because it prevents all attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's GX or EX. I mean, in all honesty, Joe always attacks me with his Lunala GX.
Oh, that's my staple deck right now. After
it knocks me out, so Ninetales can actually save me in this game. You know, basic damage counters. Your player mats.
It's all the same stuff in my deck, basically.
And actually, a beautiful... you have to admit, my deck is so much prettier.
I like the coin, actually. It's more of a bubbly effect rather than a good effect.
Yeah, that's true. And if Joe didn't show you the code, here you go. Whoever looks at this video first, well, it looks like you're in luck.
I mean, the coins, if you look at them, both the same. Very different, but very similar at the same time.
I don't think anyone cares about the coins.
Oh, I love them either way. I'm a coin collector.
That's true. Start with basic energy cards. And now here we start with the Semi-Poor, which is quite an odd choice for this deck in my eyes.
Definitely, yeah.
But for stage 1 anyway, it's a Scratch 30 and Aqua Reflex 50. But you can move a water energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon, which is good. But for a stage 1, I'd expect a bit more damage. But what can you do?
Seems like an over-glorified basic, in my opinion.
It is. Alolan Sandshrew, going for 60. You can use a defense core, flip a coin, prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacking during your next opponent's next turn.
That's a no energy, isn't it? So
yeah,
use that straight off the bat. So
if I could actually get my words, that'd be lovely. But for 1 water and 2 energies, well, I suppose not bad for a basic. I mean, these basics aren't really the best. But...
I mean, the costs are extremely high. I mean, 3 energy for 30. That's very.
But yeah,
very
for Sandshrew it is basic, timeable, escape rope as you heard, and also in this deck we have fire types. Actually, 3 fire types to be exact. And we will get to them shortly. Here we have Horsey, which is Water Hour, which is actually an adorable Horsey.
That's so cute.
This attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, this is where this deck comes in really... Well, it comes in handy. This deck actually attacks both active and bench, which is pretty good. Basic. We have a Howl, Water, and here's Bouffalant. Now, I'm a bit surprised that Bouffalant was in both this deck and in...
Rocksteady as well.
Yeah, so I'm a bit shocked at that.
It's a bit confusing.
And for the amount, the cost of it, I'm a bit, I don't know, skeptical. 2 for 30, and it's a basic, but 120 health. I mean, that's standard, I know, but
it reminds me of a discount Kangaskhan. Definitely, it's sort of
that
shared Pokemon in both decks that doesn't really get used.
Like
much.
Kangaskhan had, if you do you do 50 for every head, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn tough.
Obviously, special conditions and healing.
Big Masalada.
Yeah. Rescue Stretcher and Vulpix. I mean, come on. How can you say no to that? Like, just...
Vulpix.
If you flip a coin, if it's heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And 2 for Icy Snow, which is 30. Which is...
That's a lot better than...
it's a lot better than...
Sandshrew, because you've still got the no energy attack and you've got the 2 for 30 instead of the 3 for 30.
Basic Water, 1 energy, 10. I'm not a big fan of Pampor and Semi-Poor personally.
Sort of
Nestball, energy, and Pansir. For some reason we have Pansir and Semi-Sear, I think it is.
Poor Pansage got left out completely. No one loves Pansage.
Once again, 1 for 10, and here's another Alolan Ninetales.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'll put that in there. Sorry, my piles are much nicer than yours.
Yeah.
Professor Kooky and
Heatmore,
which is actually quite... I don't know. It's flip 2 coins for each head, put a card from your discard pile onto your hand, which can help, but for 2 coins and for a basic, you don't want to start with this. I guess because it's tanky, it's 110, which makes sense. But for Searing Flame, your opponent's active Pokemon now burn 3 for 60.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, especially the health is pretty nice.
That's basically 70 right off the bat, because if I remember correctly, burn does 10 damage every turn until you flip out of it. I might be getting that confused with poison.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad.
Sandslash can come in handy, especially with its ability,
if
Slush
the,
Rush.
Autofocus wants to actually work. Like I said, our setup is currently a work in progress. We're trying everything to get it all up to scratch and sorted. But
there we go.
There we go. Hey!
So once during your turn before your attack, you may draw a card, which is basically a how every... Well, not a how, but every... You know...
It's a good method of drawing, honestly, because you get basically two cards per turn. But
yeah.
If you're a bit unwary about it, you could end up mulliganing, which is every player's worst nightmare, honestly. And
because of Smash Turn, you can switch your active Pokemon with your bench Pokemon. So that can come in handy, especially if Sandslash is on low HP and then you have a Secret GX or EX.
Yeah, it's sort of like a water type U-turn or something, honestly. Yeah. It's quite cool.
Now, Seadra here we have, and this when we went from Horsey, which attacks your active, Seadra goes to attacking your bench. This does 30 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And this is where it gets interesting with Seadra, because Kingdra actually has a very interesting... Oh, there's Kingdra.
Hey!
Brian, it does 90 to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it.
Jesus.
Any.
Wow.
And Tornado Shot. Discard 1 energy, and bear in mind this only costs 1 energy, from this Pokemon. This attack does 30 to one of your bench Pokemon. So not only does Kingdra does 90 to your active, it does 30 to...
That's ridiculous. It also does 90 to anyone with a snipe. So
Exactly.
I think this deck's main point here is very much just sort of setting up your basics to do a little bit of damage, enough to get Kingdra, just to snipe them, really, honestly.
So here we have Lana, heals 30 damage to each of your Pokemon that has any water...
30? 50?
Sorry,
50 damage?
50?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Even I'm a bit strong. I thought I said 30. Another Vulpix, Energy...
I got Potion.
Yeah, another Horsey, another Slanshot, I think.
I think that might be...
we got Semi-Pour here. Semi,
yeah.
not
Semi-Pour again.
Semi-Pour.
we saw Semi-Pour at the start of the deck. So
did we?
Yes.
I thought it was... Oh, no. Another Pansear.
That's the one you're looking for. Simi-Sim.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
That is a brilliant looking colour.
Oh, it is.
That is badass. I'm not the biggest fan of Simi-Sim.
He's a bit fluffy, though, in my eyes.
Fluffy's good.
Flare Recharge. Attack the fire energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, which is pretty good, actually. I mean, if you're going to use him as a scapegoat.
Yeah, it's like a tank or something, or some sort of a distraction to set up more damage. Especially if you've got something lined up in the back bench, especially with Wishful Baton or something.
And our last card that we don't know is Bruxish. There we go. Now, this is probably an interesting card in my eyes, because Gnash Teeth is basically confusion. Yeah, your active Pokemon's confusion. But for 3 energies, 1 water, 2 normal, this attack does 20 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that shares a type with your opponent's active Pokemon.
Not 2 normal, but 2 any.
Oh, yes, sorry. You know
that's
alright,
don't worry.
You know what I mean.
Nitpicking.
Yeah, you always nitpick. It does basic 60, but if you're fighting, I don't know, a fighting type, and in your active Pokemon's, in your...
Just because of the autofocus keeps fading out. Come on, Brio, you can do it. It hates these cards.
So if you're fighting an all fighting deck, and then for some reason, well, obviously in their bench they have more fighting, they all get 20 damage. Yeah. So in my eyes, this deck is, for the $12.99, worth it.
I mean, if think about Synchronize, if you have that, that 60 and that extra 20 as well, and if they're all fire types, if you're facing a fire deck, then that's going to be doubled as well. So that's
exactly
120, up to 140, I think. So
exactly, and the thing is that with my deck, you can sweep a whole team because it's attacking bench and active. I
think it's very much about keeping that Kingdra alive. I think you just need a couple more tool cards and support cards just to make sure that you can keep them in Pokemon alive, and just to keep Kingdra going, really. I think that's why you got Lana as well. I mean, for me, personally, with Rocksteady, I think it's a bit underwhelming, honestly. I mean, it's got this whole shtick of trying to become this whole, what's the card in Yu-Gi-Oh? Magic Mirror. It's sort of like a Magic Mirror sort of deck, in a way, where you're trying to reflect as many attacks as possible and to negate them, so you can just chip damage away at tanks and GX cards. But it doesn't really stand up to, Luminous Barrier and the Little Ninetales, or, the healing capabilities and sniping capabilities of Kingdra. I mean, all we really have is, Submarine Blow, which does 120, and some good hard-hitting moves that act like Hyper Beam, really. Yeah. So,
well, we hope you enjoyed our unboxing of our decks. This is obviously our first time, so be kind to us. We're learning, and feel free to add any suggestions, what you'd like us to do next.
Criticise
us by all means.
Slag our display and our setup, because it certainly isn't working 100% normal, but we're working towards it.
And don't worry, most things will be edited out so it doesn't look so janky.
It'll be fine. But I hope you join us tomorrow, actually, for our grand unboxing of 10 Pokemon TCG, what is it called? Burning Shadows cards. I completely forgot the name of the deck then.
We won't be... We'd love to be able to do big unboxings, but we're starting small, so 5 each. And
this is one of the series of videos that we're doing to try and interact with you guys a bit more, actually. We've got a grand total of 80 Pokemon trading card...
Plus 80, you mean?
Okay, plus 80 trading card game online codes that we're going to be giving out via our Facebook page. So if you haven't already, go over there and like our Facebook page, and why not subscribe here as well and like this video. But
and follow us on Twitter as well. Can't forget Twitter.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, look at that.
Self-promotion at its finest. Don't give the codes. Don't give the codes.
But look how many of that.
Do it that way. We're going to be giving away 80 codes to lucky winners all across the internet, and who knows, you could be one of them. So if you're an avid Pokemon trading card game online player, then maybe you could be with a chance of winning.
If you subscribe and like our Facebook and follow our Twitter, you could be in the chance to win. Well, we were thinking about first place. They get 30 cards.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, if you're a big online fan, by all means, because you get 30 free cards.
Exactly, and these range everything from, you know, elite trainer boxes to decks.
And most of these are green cards.
Exactly. So most of them come back from our times buying booster packs, getting things like Lunala GX. There's a couple of pulls we did at some pre-releases. Have a number of GX cards.
We got
and
Steam
EXs.
Siege, Evolution.
Yeah, go all the way back. So
Feel
there's definitely a wealth of cards there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video.
See you tomorrow.
See ya. Bye.